Hi everybody, Coach Keith here with the first video in our definitive guide to squatting series. Today we're going to look at proper squat form, some cues to get you squatting in the right positions, and how to progress the squat even if you can't do a squat right now. Let's get started. Alright guys, so first let's go over what is a squat. A squat is going to be the simultaneous unlocking of the knee and hip joint, descending and then standing back up. In order to get into the bottom of a squat, we need hip external rotation and knee flexion. So we need our hips to be able to open up, and we need our knees to be able to come forward over our toes, so that way we can descend into the bottom of a squat. So the cue that I like to teach in order to get people externally rotating their hips and getting their knees in a good position is to take a squat stance, which for me is just outside shoulder width with my toes, these were my feet, pointed slightly out. Now what I think about is, if these were my feet again, driving my feet into the floor and then twisting my feet out. Now, because you're actually driving your feet into the floor as hard as you can, you won't be able to twist your feet out. Alternatively, you can think of twisting the floor away. Now, as I drive my feet into the ground and then twist my feet out, you can see that my hips externally rotate, so they open up. The other things that happen is that the patellar tendon, which runs down the center of my knee, now comes directly in line with the center of my foot, which is right where we want it in order to squat. It also immediately creates an arch in the foot, and having a strong arch in the foot gives us a good foundation to apply horsepower through the floor. So if I do not flex my legs, pushing my feet into the ground and twisting out, as you can see now, my knees are slightly caved in. The center of my knee, the patellar tendon, is in line with my big toe, not in line with the center of my foot, and my arches are almost completely flat. So I'll demonstrate again, pushing the feet into the ground and twisting them out, or twisting the ground away. So as I push my feet in and twist out, I now put my legs in a much stronger position. Guys, if you're still having trouble feeling external hip rotation, a quick fix is to grab a resistance band like this. Make sure that the band will be short enough that it will have some tension when it's around your knees. So you put the band around your knees, and the band is instantaneously going to want to pull your knees inward, which is going to make your body naturally have to fight against the band and externally rotate your hips. So if you're having trouble feeling hip external rotation, this is a quick fix for it. Just put the band directly above the knee, and when you feel it trying to pull your knees in, fight against it by flexing your glutes outward, and that'll externally rotate your hips. Now, I'll demonstrate from the side so you can see what this looks like. So I take my squat stance, I drive my feet into the ground and twist out, and then I simultaneously unlock the knee and hip joint, descend through the full range of motion, and stand back up. When it comes to teaching someone how to squat for the first time, I always start by using a box. Now, this is a squat box, and I have some foam pads built up on top of it. Now, there's two ways to utilize a box. There's a way to utilize it as a training tool to teach someone the correct form and build up their strength so that way they can do a free squat without the box. The other method is to use it as an actual exercise called box squatting. We'll get into that in a later video. But for now, we're going to go over the method of using it as a training tool to build someone up to doing a free squat. Now, if someone doesn't have the strength to squat down in the proper form, as you saw earlier in this video, because they haven't squatted before, then the box is a great way to start. So the box height can be adjusted to whatever height they're capable of going down to with proper form. So let's just say that this box was as low as I could go with proper form. What I would do is step up to a corner of the box, take my normal squat stance, and I would descend. So I would unlock simultaneously at the hips and knees, and I would descend down to the box. I would hover just above the box. So you want to maintain tension on your legs. You don't want to just sit on the box and just have a seat. So you want to maintain tension on your legs and then stand back up. Once someone can do 20 reps with their body weight at a given height, then what I would do is simply take off a pad. So you just progressively lower the box. So then they would do another 20 reps at the lower height. Once someone can do 20 reps at a given height with their body weight, then you can progressively lower the box until they get down to the point where they no longer need the box. Once they no longer need the box, then it's time to start adding weight. And the first variation that I like to utilize with weight is the goblet squat. Now that we're going to be using weight, we need to talk about bracing our upper body so that we can properly support that weight. So the first thing that we want to do when we're going to be getting under a weight, whether it's a goblet squat or later on a barbell, is we're going to want to brace our core. Now, a couple ways you can think about this. You want to keep your abs tight as if you were about to get punched in the stomach. An alternative way to think about it is to think of flexing your abs hard enough that you're going to touch your belly button to your lower back. So if I'm flexing my abs hard and trying to touch my belly button to my lower back, it's going to create a very rigid core. The next thing that we want to do is create a rigid upper back and lats. That's going to lock our core and our upper back into a strong position to support weight. So in order to do that, we want to pull our shoulders down and back. So if you were to look at it from the side, once I brace my core, I pull my shoulders down and back. And if you see from the back, when I do that, I brace my core and then I pull my shoulders down and back. And as you see me pull them back, you can see all the musculature of my upper back tighten. Now we're ready to do a goblet squat. A goblet squat is a great variation because the dumbbell helps keep you in the proper position. So to start the goblet squat, take the palm of each hand and place it underneath the dumbbell. The dumbbell just rests against your chest. And this is the position to begin. So from here, we simultaneously unlock the hips and the knees and descend down and then stand back up. I like to build people up on goblet squats until they can do half of their body weight for at least 12 reps. Once they can do that, then they're ready to progress to a barbell. Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video. Leave your questions in the comments section below, and if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like and a share. Check out AmericanIronTraining.com for workout programs and apparel. I appreciate everybody's support. Thanks for watching.